In 1945, Verona came out of the war tried and tested. It was time to think about rebuilding the city, which, on an artistic and cultural level, was already well known throughout the world. The economic engine, with its industry, trade, agriculture and craftsmanship, had yet to make a start. The Consorzio ZAI was founded exactly on these grounds. In 1948, a pool of men from the Chamber of Commerce, the Council and the province had the foresight to establish what was to be the first industrial agricultural zone, or ZAI, in Italy, a territorial body whose duties would include urban planning and encouraging territorial development and economic growth. The geographical and strategic position. The roads that connect the Mediterranean to Northern Europe intersect in Verona, the ideal crossroads for the international exchange of goods by air, rail, road, and ship. The first area to fall under the jurisdiction of the Consorzio was the so-called ZAI Storica, located just outside the city center. The agricultural fair, which was to become one of the most important exhibition centers of its sector in the world, and the new Mercato Ortofrutticolo, fruit and vegetable market, set up shop there just a few years later. In the 1970s, an additional area, the ZAI Due Bassona industrial zone, was added. It was an industrial lung to the northeast of Verona, which was idealized as an area for the reorganization and reconstruction of those industries that were already operating in the municipal territory of Verona. In the second half of the 1960s, a 400-hectare area was selected and named Interporto Quadrante Europa. Over the years, this area has developed to become a highly specialized city of goods, governed by high-level integrated logistics system, and it is now the pride and joy of the Veronese economy. Generally speaking, it is a veritable infrastructure system, the first in Europe, which represents an economic and strategic planning strong point focused on research and change in order to maintain maximum levels of international competition. In addition to a customs office, which now occupies a 65,000 square meter area, and the railway area, other fundamental services operate in the Quadrante Europa: the forwarding agent center, the road haulage contractor center, the logistics center, vehicle services, the city park, and the management center. Located at the crossroads of the Brenner and Serenissima motorways and the corresponding railway lines, the Interporto Quadrante Europa extends over a 2.5 million square meter surface area and is still expanding today. This infrastructure system, linked directly to Verona Villafranca Airport and the Brenner railway line, is an ideal hub for goods transport by road, rail, and air. A highly efficient and economically well-organized and integrated system of logistics services where over 120 companies with 10,000 employees have set up headquarters. The Interporto Quadrante Europa is the only production-supporting logistics infrastructure that interconnects the various transport modalities, supplies rail traction services, groups traffic flows, supplies access to European transport corridors, and, since it is entirely cabled with a computerized network, also offers the operators the possibility to take advantage of data transfer services, telephone systems, graphics, and access to international databases. Today, the Interporto Quadrante Europa moves a total of 26 million tons of merchandise, 6 million of which is on rail and 20 million tons of which is on road. Over the next few years, the Interporto Quadrante Europa will be involved in an intense development and innovation project that will see the construction of new logistics platforms and new intermodal terminals that are bound to considerably increase the efficiency of the organizational, managerial, and strategic activities. Projects for further extension of the Interporto Quadrante Europa will bring the total surface area to 4 million square meters. The project has already started with the expansion of the current intermodal area and the building of a second terminal, which has already caused the Interporto's rail traffic capacity to double. The new area is known as Innovazione Marangona and will represent a strong synergic boost for the Consorzio SAI, a model of urban planning excellence covering 1.4 million square meters, adjacent to the Quadrante Europa and directly linked to the Milan-Venice motorway. Its design was founded on the principles of project, environment, economic and social sustainability. Here, technologically advanced companies that pay great attention to technological research, eco-compatibility, and sustainability of the productive cycle will be able to set up business. Use of the area will involve various activities: industry, including wholesale trade, craftsmanship, logistics, scientific and technological research, management, production services, and special storage. The internal and external road system will also be reorganized and will feature cycling and pedestrian paths, as well as subservice facilities and green areas. These are not just words, but facts and concrete results. This is the principle on which the Consorzio SAI's activities and mission are founded, and there are still many objectives to be achieved.